some mushrooms. You know, as I wait for you, or you wait for me, I have to do something. So I'm always munching something. And I couldn't do the sweet onions because even though they say sweet, they're not. Hi, I'm Mark Allen. Welcome to Mark Allen Cooked Your Dinner. We're going to have a lot of fun today. We have our friend Joe Lane. Almost a year ago, Joe was on the show and he did a strawberry omelet. And when he said that to me, I went, a strawberry omelet? And it turned out to be really, really good. Joe is a chef. He's a documentary filmmaker. He is a golf instructor. He teaches writing, and he's about to embark on remodeling his kitchen. We'll talk about all of that as Mark Allen Cooks Your Dinner takes to the air. Join us, won't you? And welcome to Mark Allen Cooks Your Dinner. I have all kinds of things in front of me. We're going to find out what those are. We're going to be making some burgers. We're going to be, what is that? Oh, it's the ice cube maker. Wow. Okay, you can't plan for everything. Let's go to Connecticut. We're going to meet our friend Joe Lane, and his T-shirt says it all, making sawdust. How are you, Joe?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. We had a good time out on the links. Well,
Oh,
you're
good.
you're in Connecticut. I'm in California. The last time I played golf, I think it was with a 12-year-old, and I may have been 12 myself because that was miniature golf. Um, but you teach real golf, so I'm going to say four. I don't know what that means. Also, uh,
Duck.
and I'm going to address the ball like Lucy. Hello, ball. Um, isn't that how she did it,
Okay.
Carol? All right, here we go. We're going to be making something at the 19th hole. And I have to tell you, if I'm going to play golf, I'm going to stay at the 19th hole and forget the 18 holes. I'm also,
Good
if I was,
choice.
yeah, right. And if I were skiing, do you ski, Joe?
Say again.
Do you ski?
Uh, we used to. I don't know if I'm going to be able again because I had one of my knees replaced, and I got to have the other one replaced. And when I recover, we'll see.
Oh, okay. Because my idea of skiing is sitting in a hot tub with a cup of brandy.
Got it.
We're going to
Got
make
it.
a special burger today, but before we do, we're going to toast. And we're going to say we had a good day on the links. I have some Crown Royal here.
I have some Woodford Reserve bourbon, which I really enjoy.
That's a straight bourbon, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Mine is a blended Canadian whiskey.
Right.
And what is a good golf toast?
Say that again.
What is a good golf toast?
A good golf toast. May the golf course like you today.
That works. Mm.
That's good
All right.
whiskey.
That's very nice. I like Canadian whiskeys. They're a little softer, smoother to me than a lot of the Americans, Jack Daniels and things like that. I've had Woodward Reserve and I do like it, and it's really nice as a sipping whiskey. All right, we're gonna let us start. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Um, we have before me our wonderful producer Carol has spent the day doing the following. She's chopped some mushrooms, sliced them. We've sliced some onions, and she's grated some cheese. We're going to be making a stuffed burger with sautéed mushrooms and onions, and it should be fabulous. We also have some brioche buns, and we'll heat those, toast those just before we finish with the burgers. Joe, I'm going to move these away,
All right.
and what I'm going to do, I'll put that there, is I'm going to start by making the burgers. Now I'm actually going to make four patties because we're going to,
Okay.
right? We're going to take a patty and stuff it with the mushroom onion, and then top
And
it
a
with
little
another.
cheese.
Yeah, another piece, right? So I thought we'd start with that, and then we'd go back and saute the vegetables. Okay.
Okay.
So I've got this is 3/4 of a pound of um, beef. It's grass fed. I didn't. I think that's pretty good. We'll see. I may take a little bit of this one and move it here. And this is done with your hands. I'm gonna.
And Mark, you want to make it kind of thin.
I'm sorry. Say that again, Joe.
You want to make it a little on the thin side when you
Yes.
patty it out. You want to push it so it's a little bit on the thin side, not
Got
too
it.
thin, but a little bit.
Got it. All right. I'm going to hold this up and show you. They're not exactly round. Oh, there. You can see, I think that's pretty thin.
Yeah, that'll work. Sure.
Yeah. And this one will, yeah, it'll work well. Okay. I'm going to put that on our plate. We'll leave that there for right now. I'm sorry, what, Carol? Oh, we're being very careful here and doing that. Okay. So that is done. Let us swing over here where I have some butter. I'm going to turn the skillet on. Now we're going to do this all in one skillet. And there's a reason for that, Joe. May I tell you why?
You may.
I'm trying to make it easy for cleanup for Carol because Carol does all the cleanup. And if I had three
What
pans,
a man! You're such a wonderful man.
Just thinking about her in advance. Okay, here we go. Now we may need more butter than that. We'll see. Now we're going to start. And that's pretty high.
Mark, if you have a little cognac or brandy, put it in with the butter.
Oh, I do. I actually have some Remy Martin 1738.
Ooh, that's the good stuff. Use it. Just a little.
Here, let me show you.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah. And I have another bottle of it that I bought a half pint. No, it's a pint. It was on sale. I think I paid $10 or $12. This is very expensive brandy.
Very good stuff too.
Yes, it's the kind of stuff that you want at the 19th hole.
Yes, it is.
Maybe at the end of a bad day. So I should put the brandy in now.
Yeah, just a little bit. It'll flavor the mushrooms and the onions just a little bit.
How's that?
That looks good, and help caramelize them just a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to let the butter melt a little bit more. I've got half of a rough sliced onion.
Now you want that pan pretty hot because you want to cook them quickly.
Yeah, and it is hot.
Good.
I can hear it sizzling away.
Okay.
And I'm coating the butter, or the onions with the butter, and the cognac.
Should only take about a minute or two for them to get just kind of not quite completely clear, but close.
I love raw onion. I really do. And you're not far from Georgia, and I really like Vidalia onions. I guess they're out of season because they were in many of the markets, and they were very inexpensive, and we were buying them weekly, maybe even bi-weekly. and now they're gone. And the sweet onions that we've got in all the stores now have one thing wrong: they're not sweet. Um, it was very hard for me to slice the onions because of the the chemicals in there that make your eyes water. And I forgot
Right.
to put it in the. I usually put my onions in the freezer for about 10 or 15 minutes. That cold keeps you
Oh,
from crying.
what a good idea. I never thought of that. We
Okay.
often, when I cook, I use the yellow onions because the Vidalia onions are not always available.
Right. Right. I use most of the time. I've used yellow, and I vary between that and the sweet. All right. Let's see how we're
Mm.
doing here. Now they're cooking. I like to give them another moment or two. Now,
Yeah, you might turn the fire up just a little.
okay, I'll do that. There we go. I don't know if you can see the steam coming off.
I can.
Um, I took a golf class, and we had to. I aced the class, by the way.
Okay.
Something I didn't often do, but I aced it because I showed up. I liked the teacher. I showed up for all the classes, um, and it wasn't. I didn't have a great swing, but I could answer, all the golf questions. I could not do that now. I don't remember the questions in all the
Right.
tests. Why is it that men and women around the world are obsessed with golf?
I think from my years as a active instructor, about 25 or so, I think one of the key ingredients is people. It looks so simple. I mean, you got a ball and a stick, and all you got to do is hit it. So I should be able to do this without too much trouble. And that, when it turns out it actually is a lot of trouble, oh, wait a minute, I can do this. And I think the other thing that I found quite a few of my students, from an attitude point of view, was that the golf course, when you show up and you get on that first tee, the golf course doesn't give a rat's ass who you are. Young, old, tall, short, skinny, fat, smart, stupid, rich, poor. The golf course treats everybody the same. And that's very intriguing that I can get on the golf course with somebody who's making $200 million a year, and I've got the same chance of scoring par as they do.
And we're going to talk about the camaraderie on a golf course, unless there's a lot of
Yep.
competition. We talked with a friend, the insane Daryl Wayne, the other day, and Daryl said that he liked to go out and play golf. He would play with friends, but
Mm.
it was just a fun time. He didn't take it seriously, and I think that may be a tip for everybody who plays golf.
Yeah. Unless you're obsessed with breaking 80 or shooting 78 or something like that, yeah, you go out and have fun and enjoy the being outdoors and with your friends. Today I was in the doctor's office, and one of the orthopedic surgeons and I are kind of friends, and I help him out some with his golf, and yeah, we exchange golf jokes and whatever, and yeah, just kind of having fun.
So three golfers. How many does it take to screw in a light bulb? I'll let you finish that. I'm going to go and take the onions out of the pan. Now, now, can I, the onion? Can I leave the onions in and just put the mushrooms on the side?
Yeah,
What do you?
you'll need more butter and more of your brandy, but yes, you can, because those onions need to be cooked a little more before they're ready.
Got it. All right, let's do that. Let's put a little bit more butter in. Ooh, there, boy. I have to invent smell-o-vision, Joe, because, and I'll put a dash more of this in. And that's going to give the mushrooms and the onion such a great flavor.
And Mark, you might want to put just a little more butter in there.
All right.
There you go. Yeah, throw those mushrooms in.
Got it. There we go. And I'm going to throw the mushrooms in. And now I'm going to coat these mushrooms. Now, mushrooms cook pretty quickly. I actually make a sauteed mushroom sauce for steak and chicken. Very simple. And it's butter and a little olive oil. We'll let that cook there for a second. I use some cream cherry, and it's
wow,
green
okay,
shallots, a little bit of garlic. It's really quite good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it is. It truly is. Do you play golf, or have you played golf? Because you teach it.
I played golf a long time before I took up the teaching, and I was mystified. This goes back to about 87, or I don't remember exactly when. But I was wondering, why am I stuck here really struggling to break 90 on a regular basis? And because I worked hard at it. And I did a little research, and I found out that the average handicap hasn't changed since 1921. That's the first year I saw the research. So all of these years, all of these improvements.
Wait, what year was that?
The handicap.
1991 or 1921? I'm sorry.
1921.
Oh, okay. You did say that. I
so
wasn't
now
there.
It's been over
I
100
wasn't
years.
around in 1921, and neither were you.
I was born in 1844.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Got it.
Anyway, I was astounded by that. And so I started doing research trying to figure out, how could this possibly be? We have better greens, we have better balls, we have better club heads, we have better all of this stuff. And still, the average handicap, I think, is for men is about 16 or 17, and for women about 23 or 4 or something. I don't remember the exact numbers anymore. But at that point, I said, this is not right. I'm going to figure out how to do this. And that's when I started doing the research and playing differently and learning different things. And that's what got me into teaching what I learned.
Let's take a look. By the way, we've got the word chef up for Joe because he spent years teaching and cooking in China. And that had one day you have to make some Chinese food with us, maybe in a couple of months. All right, let's take a look at our mushrooms and onions, Joe.
Okay.
I think it's time to blend them.
Okay.
So I'm going to blend those. And now I'm going to take these out of the pan. Oh, they smell great. Okay. I'm trying not to mess up. Okay. Now I still have that pan pretty hot. Do I need to put in more butter before I add the burgers or not?
Well, no, wait a minute. Before you put the burgers in, what you're going to do is take one patty, put some onions and mushrooms on it, and then you're going to take another patty and put it on top of that patty and squeeze them together. Because the mushrooms and onions are going to be inside your burger.
Well, so if I do that, what you want me to do, should I do that here or on the stove?
Yes, absolutely. Before you put the burger in the pan, you want to take just a relatively small amount of the onions and mushrooms and maybe sprinkle a little cheese in there, but put that small amount of mushrooms, onions on top of one patty, and then take the other patty, put it on top of it, and kind of squeeze them together, and then cook it.
All right. I'm going to make a little indent here.
Yeah, just a small amount. That's too much. You take some of that away.
I'll put that on another one.
Yep. There you go.
How's that?
Take a little bit out of that one on your right and put it on the one on your left. If you have too much, it won't cook right.
Got it.
Well, okay. Maybe. Yeah. Take a couple. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
All right. So it's not
now slap that other patty on top of it and mash it together so that you seal the sides. There you go.
All right. I was never good with Play-Doh. Did they have Play-Doh when you were a kid?
No, we only had rocks back then.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I was there with, who was they? Barney and Rubble?
Yeah.
Flintstone?
Got it.
I'm really old, man. Really old.
You are not the oldest by far of our guest chefs.
Okay.
The oldest is a gentleman from Florida, and I think he's 88 or 89 now. And he cooks.
All right, he's got me.
He's got you way beat. All right. Now this one sealed up nicely too.
Good.
Now I encourage you.
I have another toast here.
Oh, good. Skull.
Love that whiskey.
I encourage you, after you touch the raw meat, be sure to wash your hands with soap for at least 20 seconds. Okay?
Yes.
All right. I had to taste the onion. Okay. I'm going to put these burgers on, and I'm going to turn the pan back on.
I don't know how you like your burgers, whether you like them rare, medium rare, well done, but because the patties are thin and the mushrooms and onions you put in there were warm anyway, it's going to cook pretty quick.
Okay. It's interesting. Carol and I cannot share like a ribeye because she likes hers medium and I like mine blue. That's below rare. There's a restaurant in Rittenhouse Square in Philadelphia, and they're the first ones who've done that. All right, here we go, folks. And I'm going to squish this down a little bit more.
Yep.
And that over here.
Mark, when you cook that first side and you flip it over, that's when you want to sprinkle a little bit of that grated cheese on it.
Got it. I'll do that in just one. When we flip it, right? I'm
yes.
going to turn our toaster oven on. We have some brioche buns. Now, I have to ask you, I've got the mushrooms as almost like a side condiment, but can I put mustard on the burger or ketchup or Thousand Island?
Anything you want. I tend to, when I make this for myself, what I tend to do is just push, I just love sauteed mushrooms. So what I tend to do is just load it up with sauteed mushrooms and a little bit of spicy ketchup, put the bun on it and chew away.
Got it. Well, you're a kid at heart.
That's just me. That's just me. Don't, you do it like you like.
But that's okay because you're a kid at heart, okay? Because only kids use ketchup. I mean, you don't put ketchup on hot dogs, do you?
Yeah,
oh,
sorry.
Okay. I'm a mustard relish and onion guy on hot dogs. All right, here we go. I'm gonna, where's the, oh, here it is. I'm gonna press this down a little bit more. And there. Now, should I put the cheese on this side or wait till I flip it?
Wait till you flip it.
Okay.
And make sure when you flip it, make sure the side you're cooking now has just a little bit of crisp on the outside. Not overcooked, but just a tiny bit of crisp on the outside.
Got it. Well, I think it's almost, let's see. No, we'll then let it go. This one's a little bit bigger. It's funny. I do love um, mushrooms and onions.
Mm.
I really do. Um, and you can, as I'm thinking about this recipe, you could add chili flakes. You could add garlic to this if you want it. You
Yep.
can experiment. It is a great thing to do, and it's easy. It's really quite simple. All right, here we go.
And as you said, you can experiment with the flavor pretty much any way you want.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Carol to give me some mustard. Okay, and I'm going to take one of these off in a minute. Flip this here.
We love tomatoes, and we've decided to grow because it's so hard to get heirloom tomatoes other than a few months during the summer. So we've decided to grow them ourselves. So we have 4 different tomatoes, each in a pot. And because we live in Connecticut, first of all, you can't leave them outside because the deer will eat them. But then also, when the weather turns cold, you bring them inside. And so they're just, they're maybe 6 or 8 inches now. But we figure about December, we will have heirloom tomatoes, and we're going to keep those things going. So one thing I would do, if I had it, is I would take a slice of heirloom tomato and put it on top of that before I put it on the bun.
We have
or before
tomatoes.
I put the top on the bun.
Let me show you our tomatoes. Our tomatoes
Ooh,
here are little
very
cherry
nice.
tomatoes, red, yellow,
Yeah.
and orange. And these are super, super sweet. Be great on the side. Okay, I'm going to take mine off.
Oh yeah, put your cheese on the top.
I forgot. Now this is Swiss cheese.
Okay, just a little bit. Yeah, spread it out well, and you're good. That's plenty. Yeah. Take the back of your fingers and just spread it out so it'll be more even over the burger.
I thought it would. Oh, okay.
There you
What do you
go.
take my fingers, Joe? I just burned my fingers off.
Oh. Well, you have 8 fingers. If you lose a couple, who cares, right?
All right. Over here. Now this is going to be our dinner. There are 2 burgers. One is a little bit larger than the other. Now, we're going to have, because Joe's going to get us the recipe for this. And in addition to this, he has a great dessert. We don't have time to do it. It's an ice cream float, really. And Joe, tell us about that as I mustered up my burger.
Okay. You take a regular wine glass, and you put a scoop of really, really good vanilla ice cream in it. And then you get a really good Cabernet poured in over the ice cream. And I'm telling you, a lot of people say, oh, God, no, that's awful. But my son-in-law is French. And as you know, the French love wine, love celebrating. And he said, no, I'll never taste that. But when he was here, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, I poured it, and I finally got him to take a drink, and he said, oh, this is actually pretty good. And he drank a huge glass of wine with a scoop of vanilla ice cream and enjoyed every drink and every bite. So if you're willing to try it, I think you'll be surprised how good it tastes.
Well, look what I have in front of me. Look at this.
Oh,
right?
Looks delicious.
It looks great. And as I love to do. Mm, mm.
You're making me hungry.
I got to tell you, I'm not stopping. This is delicious. Now, this is cooked about medium rare. Um,
Good.
so it's perfect for me. Mm. And the side dish is the onions and the mushroom.
Good idea.
Oh man. Mm.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. As I always say, because I take credit, as you know, I love my own cooking.
So we'll toast to that on the 19th hole. Some good bourbon or good Canadian whiskey and a big smile. Hey, the golf course didn't kill me today. What else could I ask for?
Good, good friends. Joe, thank you very much for joining us today. I appreciate it. We're going to take a time out. I want you to hold on. I want to tell everybody what we're going to be doing next week. Uh,
Okay.
next week, next week on the show, we're going to be we're going to let's see who's coming back. Oh, Carolina Schneider is going to be back, and we're going to be. She's the green dietitian, and she's going to show us how to make homemade vegan chili. And she said it's absolutely fabulous, and I do love chili. So that's happening next week. That's a toast to you and to Joe and to everybody else. Thank you very much for watching. Joe, hold on. We'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.